an 800, and so I felt like there was slowing down a little bit 300, so I picked it up and started pushing to make sure the legs were moving, and then absolutely mad dash in the last 100 and had a little bit of boost left in me in the last kind of 75 meters or so. Felt like there was a gap there, and then closed on me, and that was the result. So a little bit frustrating, but that's racing sometimes.
Definitely, yeah. It looked like you're accelerating towards that line. Just obviously the last even 100 meters, just what's going through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, you're in a mentality that's ready for war against everyone, and as soon as I'm down, I want to get up and get to the line, and then obviously I want to make sure Elliot was all right. But it's not the most fun part of racing sometimes, but it's British champs. It's messy, and it's going to be a little bit more scrappy than any other race. Olympic spots are on the line there, and too good.
For sure, obviously the 800 is not your main event. Do you feel like even in a scrappy race like that, there's main differences in the final straight between the 8 and the 15 in terms of speeds and the amount of people around you?
Yeah, I feel like I've got a good balance between strength and speed right now, and I think on that last 100 I probably had a lot more than I thought I would, which is great. And so it shows that the training's in a really good spot, and just have to bounce off of this and get ready for Paris.
Definitely. Obviously, despite the ending, did you get everything else out of this championship that you wanted?
Yeah, I had nearly 2 full hard 800s, so about 50 metres or less than 2 full hard 800s, and I'm ready to run an 800 PB, I'm sure, but I haven't quite had that opportunity yet. So I think I got out what I needed to get out of today.
It worked for you last year. Can you see it working for you this year as well?
Yeah, I think what people underestimate is not having to run everything, to like a world-class level, just being better than you were the year previous. And I'm better than I was the year previous across all distances, and that always means that I'm going to find the right results when it comes time to go. So a lot faster here this year than I was last year in the first round, and I was on for something faster in the last round here. So we're in a good spot.
Yeah. The Brooks bikes feeling fast?
They were feeling great. Yeah, I think I've given them away for I keep giving them away to kids now at the moment, so they might be coming up on eBay at some point. But they'll be coming out soon too.
Perfect. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Josh, just a couple from me actually. Firstly, I mean, we were in the mix earlier with Keely and Dina, and the first thing that they mentioned was, "Are you okay? Are you fine?" Off the back of that race. I mean, how's the body feeling?
Yeah, it's fine. Bit of adrenaline helping, I'm sure, but artificial bruises. But it didn't. I feel like, if anything, I fall reasonably well, and so I was able to roll out of it and get to the line.
And talk about the bigger picture. Obviously, the race happens, but is it almost an indication that we're just chatting about the tactical nature of racing generally, and actually that kind of race, being in that, is that almost in some way a blessing in disguise, because it's you've come out of that. I think that's quite good.
Yeah, I think I wanted a hard race today, and it was slowing down at 300. I wanted to press on and push and make sure that I was getting what I wanted out of this championships as well, and that's tactically being a bit smarter and finding gaps and pushing the pace. So I did that today, and came up short of what my goals were, but that's we got enough out of it today.
I mean, just chatting to George earlier, and similar kind of mindset of a clinical nature within the sport. That's the objective, that's the goal. Move on, get it, next goal.
Yeah.
I mean, where does that come from for you generally? I mean, we chatted about this the other day.
Yeah, I think I like attacking races as individual events. It means I can get the most out of myself. I can show to the people paying for tickets and people watching that it'll be a fun and exciting race to watch, and I'm ready to go. So I think it's going to work in my favour for next year with my race strategy, and I think it brings value to myself and the people around me and people watching.
And the final question for me: what have been the biggest changes for you over the last couple of years in terms of getting to this kind of level now, where you have that self-belief that you can become an Olympic champion?
Yeah, I think it's just validation in the training. The results bring validation, and that brings confidence and in your training setups and things, and so that's what I was focused on this year, is doubling down on everything that I was doing to get ready for Budapest. So I'm excited for what's coming up, but you got to enjoy the moment too.